Hi folks, how's it going? Welcome to another quick review. Now I need to try and make this as quick as possible, even though this is the kind of game I could talk about for quite a while. You know, it's just that kind of game really. But it's Far Cry 4 for the PlayStation 4. So you got the limited edition. So back. So yeah guys, after being a huge fan of Far Cry 3 for the PlayStation 3, you know, I went into this, you know, expecting it to be just as good, if not better. You know, I was kind of worried that it wouldn't, you know, it'd end up being a bit of a disappointment. But I can safely say, guys, this is easily, I mean, it's not difficult to do, but I think this is easily my favourite game on the PlayStation 4 so far. Like I say, I've not really, you know, I've not got a big collection of PS4 games that I've played, played through. But so far, this one's easily my favourite. You know, it is a fantastic game, it really is, guys. You know, it's everything Far Cry 3 was. It really is, you know, which is just absolutely fantastic. It really lived up to the hype, and it didn't disappoint me, guys, not in the slightest. So the first thing I'm going to mention, guys, is the graphics, the scenery. Oh my god, it's absolutely stunning, folks, it really is. You know, I don't know what it's like on the 360 or the PS3, but you know, PS4, Xbox One, PC, it just looks absolutely stunning, you know. I think I've mentioned before, but I just sat, you know, looked around a little bit at the beginning of the game, just admiring the scenery. You know, up in the Himalayas and stuff, it's absolutely beautiful, folks. The location's great, so they made a great choice with the location of the game, in my opinion. Next I'm going to go into, guys, which was a big thing for me when Far Cry 3, was the characters. In this game, that's probably one of the negatives. You know, characters. I don't think they were as good as Far Cry 3, in my opinion. Nowhere near, I don't think, as good as Far Cry 3. The guy you play as, he's alright, I guess. He's nothing special. The main bad guy, Pagan Min. He started off really good, you know. I thought, you know, this guy is going to be really good, you know. I mean, he had a lot to live up to, you know, if he was going to be better than Vass from Far Cry 3. You know, he had a lot of, you know, he had a lot to do, basically. But it started off well. I thought, you know, this guy's got potential. Like I say, from the first couple of scenes, you know, you start to think, you know, this guy's a bloody lunatic. You know, but I feel like as the game went on, you didn't really get that many, like, encounters with Pagan Min. You know, that was a great thing about Far Cry 3. Vass, he was always, you know, he was always in your face, was Vass. And that is probably why he's one of my favourite, you know, video game villains of all time. You know. But yeah, Far Cry 4, you had Pagan Min, you had the two guys that were on drugs all the time, Yogi and Reggie. They're alright in small doses, they're a bit annoying. Obviously always wanting, you know, their fix of drugs, you know. But apart from them, I don't really think any of the other characters are really that great. There was Amita and Sabal, who you had to like choose what mission you wanted to do. You had like multiple choices whether you wanted to team with Sabal or team with Amita. But for me, it just didn't. I just didn't really connect with many of the characters, folks. You know, I really didn't. Which it was a shame. You know, it really was a shame. But yeah, I just don't think the characters were as powerful as say Far Cry 3 with Vass and the other guy, Hoyt. Really good characters, guys. That's, you know, that's another reason why I just really loved the game. But yeah, don't get me wrong, guys. That's just a small negative in Far Cry 4. You know, there's tons of positives that overshadow that. But I do think they could have done so much better with the main villain and, you know, some of the other characters. You know, made them more interesting. Okay, so I spent about 38 hours in the game in total. I've not done every single side quest. You know, I did originally want to 100% in the game, but there's just so many things you've got to do, guys. So many masks you've got to find, so many, you know, treasures you've got to get. Tons of side missions, folks. You know, it's a big map. A really big map. You know, huge. Loads of areas to explore. So, you know, in the end I ended up getting a bit fed up, just stuck to the main missions. Like I say, probably, I don't know, maybe a 12-hour campaign, maybe 10 to 12 hours if you weren't doing any of the side quests. I would probably say, I don't think it was that long a game. you know, when you don't do the side quests. For this game, I got every single trophy on, you know, PlayStation 4. I got the Platinum trophy, so that was quite good. Some of the trophies you didn't have to like 100% the game or anything, just to do like so many of a certain like side quest and, you know, stuff like that, you know, or collect so many masks or, you know, stuff like that really. So yeah, it wasn't necessary to complete 100% in the game. You know, as soon as I figured it out, I thought, yeah, I don't think I'll bother. You know, as much as I'm enjoying the game, you know, I just want to stick with the, you know, the main missions. The great thing about the game is the weapon selection. There's a huge weapon selection. You know, it's not like there's just one handgun or one shotgun. You know, there's like, you know, 3 or 4 different types of handguns and shotguns and machine guns and stuff. And there's flamethrowers, rocket launchers, grenade launchers. There's, you know, your bow gun. Yeah, there's tons. A really wide weaponry, which in my opinion is really good. You know, really important in my opinion in a game like this. You know, cause I'm the kind of person who gets a bit bored using the same weapon over and over again. You know, I like to, you know, switch things up a bit, try different weapons, see how they work. You can buy other things like different sights for your guns, extended magazines, different, you know, different pattern on your gun. And there was quite a lot of things for you to buy. So again, for me, it's also a really important thing. Something that added to this game which I thought was a really good feature was the ability to ride elephants, which is absolutely fantastic because you could ride an elephant, you know, you could shoot people off the top of the elephant, or you could just basically use your elephant to like ram people and like throw people around and that, you know, it's really bloody cool. You know, it's a great new feature, you know, as far as I'm concerned. I'm really happy they added that because that was a hell of a lot of fun. The last positive I'm going to mention is the animal hunting. You know, the animal hunting is just as good as in Far Cry 3. You know, so if you loved it in Far Cry 3, you'll love it in Far Cry 4. That was one of the things that I really loved about Far Cry 3. You know, and why I did like Far Cry 2, but you know, it wasn't the greatest because there wasn't like animals all over the place. You know, you could like swim through swamps and that without, you know, the fear of a crocodile attacking you. And that was what was missing from Far Cry 2. But when they started adding dangerous animals and stuff in Far Cry 3, that really got me gripped. You know, that's one of the main things I like about Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, is the animal hunting. It's a hell of a lot of fun. You know, you can like kill so many tigers or so many bears, and you can either like sell that for some money, or you can use it to upgrade like your ammo pouch or your cash wallet to upgrade your supplies. You know, whether you want, you know, more explosives or that, you know, you can basically kill so much of a certain animal and you'll have the parts for that. You know, I love that. I think it's absolutely fantastic, you know. I really like animal hunting, and Far Cry 4, again, there's a huge variety of animals. Elephants, rhinos, tigers, cheetahs, leopards, those bloody annoying buggers, what do you call them? Honey badgers, oh my god. Honey badgers are so OP. They are so overpowered. It's unbelievable. Yeah, when I first encountered one of them, I didn't actually know what a honey badger was. I thought it was a bloody skunk. It's, you know, same kind of colours as a skunk. But then I found out it was a bloody honey badger. Oh my god, I hate those things. And I don't think I could ever look at a honey badger and not think of all the bloody problems they caused me in Far Cry 4. You know, because they can bloody take you down, you know, they're really bloody powerful buggers. But, yeah, again, it's great stuff, guys. It kind of adds, you know, the tension as well. You know, you can just be like walking along and suddenly a tiger jumps out of you, or you get attacked by an eagle, or, you know, it's that unpredictability, and I love it. That's why I absolutely love Far Cry 3 and 4. So I'm going to end this review with some negatives, because there is some more negatives, guys. Online, I don't like online. I think online's pretty poor. You know, there's like team capture the mask or whatever the hell it is, where you've got to like take a mask from point A to point B, and it's boring, you know. There's no 5 against 5, just straight out team deathmatch. You know, they've all got these stupid little objectives like capture the flag and that kind of thing. It's just not really my kind of thing, you know. Much prefer, you know, team deathmatches and that. So, you know, I'm not going to bother playing any more online. If I want to play online FPS, I'll probably just stick on Call of Duty Ghosts, or, you know, something like that. Yeah, it's not the greatest. You can make your own maps, and like published them. That's actually not too bad. I played one of the maps just to get a trophy. It was alright, you know, it's not something I'm going to, you know, do a lot of. You know, I'd rather just play the normal game, to be honest. So yeah, online for me is a bit of a disappointment. They could have done it so much better. I mean, the campaign on co-op might be quite good, you know, I mean, you can't do the main missions on co-op, but you can do like the side quests and like exploring, and you know, you can do the arenas and stuff, I think, on co-op as well. So, you know, I think that'd be really fun with a friend. But for me, just online, like, you know, capture the flag and stuff is just quite boring, to be honest. But if you've got a friend that's got the game, you can play the campaign on co-op, you know, and do some like side quests and things. So that could be quite fun. Another negative, which is something I always look for, is soundtrack. I thought the soundtrack wasn't the best. You know, there's a few decent tunes, but you know, compared to Far Cry 3, in my opinion, Far Cry 3 had a far better soundtrack. Had like some woman, you know, drum and bass, dubstep kind of music and stuff. You know, had bloody Skrillex and everything on it. But for me, Far Cry 4 soundtrack, it wasn't the greatest. At least in my opinion, anyway. And one of the worst things for me were the stealth missions. You know, I mean, I made the mistake of playing the game, or started playing the game on hard mode, and oh my god, the stealth missions are so unforgiving. You know, it's so difficult on hard mode to do stealth. You know, after I completed the game to, you know, get some of the like the other trophies, I dropped the difficulty down to normal, and doing stealth was so much easier. You know, so I could have saved myself quite a lot of aggro by just, you know, playing through the game on normal. Because hard mode, you just get detected by enemies so quickly, and it made the campaign frustrating because there were so many missions in the game, and these are like some of my worst kind of missions, where if you get detected, it's game over. You've got to go back to your checkpoint. See, that is one of the things that really got on my nerves. I hate that in games where if you get detected, that's it, mission fail, you have to go back to your previous checkpoint. For me, that is a really bad thing. It's frustrating, especially like I say, when I played it on hard mode, you get detected so easily. Probably quite a lot easier on normal mode. There was times I was just really frustrated at some of the missions, just for the fact I was being detected over and over again, and it was just bloody annoying. It really was, and it is definitely one of the negatives of the game. There's not too many negatives with the game, guys, but yeah, stealth missions where you get detected and it's, you know, have to go back to your last checkpoint. It's just one of those annoying things, guys. It's just one of those annoying things, and it's one of those things I hate in basically any game. I would say it probably works in Metal Gear Solid, but that's because, I don't know, I feel like stealth's really enjoyable in Metal Gear Solid. You know, I just don't think stealth in these kind of games are really that necessary. You know, I mean, fair enough, if you get detected, you know, send in some extra strong enemies or something. Don't give you a mission fail. It's just not needed. It really isn't, guys. Anyway, guys, that's it for my review. Now I need to choose what one I like better. Far Cry 3 or Far Cry 4. It's such a hard choice to make, folks. Both absolutely fantastic games, but I'm going to have to go with good old Far Cry 3. It's still my favourite Far Cry. Just for like the main characters like Vass and that. The main story I thought was a lot more enjoyable. You know, I think the main campaign was better. There wasn't really that many like stealth missions and stuff like Far Cry 4. I think there's only like, I could be wrong, folks, but I can only remember, I think, one mission in this game that was stealthy, and if you got detected it was like, you know, you had to go back to your last checkpoint. Whereas Far Cry 4 had probably about 5 or 6 of them. I think this game only had one, and that was quite near the end. So yeah, I'm going to say Far Cry 3, but like I said, they're both really good games, but I've got to say Far Cry 3. And playing through Far Cry 4 has actually kind of made me feel like playing through Far Cry 3 again at some point. You know, which I definitely will, because it's just an absolutely fantastic game. Definitely one of my favourite games on the PS3, after like, you know, Uncharted and stuff. You know, I'm just trying to think of any other games that are better than Far Cry 3. There's not many on the PS3. Like I say, probably Uncharted 2. And probably about it, really. Far Cry 3 was tremendous. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching as always. If you've played through Far Cry 4, or even Far Cry 3, let me know what you think of the games. Do you like them, or do you not like them? You know, just leave your comments below. And yeah guys, hope you've enjoyed this guys, and I'll catch you all later. See you guys, thanks for watching.